Good Tuesday morning. Tensions only mounting in Minneapolis.
After yet another heated face-off between protesters and federal agents, it is January 13th. This is Today. Alarming confrontation. Officers using tear gas and pepper spray to clear the streets during another anti-ICE demonstration. This morning, what ignited that tense exchange and the new lawsuit just filed to block more ICE agents.
This is, in essence, a federal invasion of the Twin Cities and Minnesota, and it must stop.
And how the White House is responding. We'll have the very latest in a live report. Breaking overnight, disturbing new images out of Iran showing the government's brutal suppression of nationwide protests, while the U.S. steps up planning for possible action inside that country. We're live with the latest. Fed feud. President Trump facing rare Republican pushback over the Justice Department's investigation of Jerome Powell.
I will be shocked if he has done anything wrong.
Former Fed chairs now voicing their own concerns. Just ahead, why they say the case could threaten the entire U.S. economy. On trial, opening statements today in the high-profile case of a Virginia father charged with murdering his wife and a stranger.
I suspected, I had a feeling that there was a lot more to what met the eye that morning.
To continue an alleged affair with the family's au pair. Just ahead, what she is now telling prosecutors. Emotional journey. Beloved author Colleen Hoover opening up about her ongoing battle with cancer. What she's sharing for the first time about her health and her treatment. All that, plus let it rip. Ben Affleck and Matt Damon sharing the screen again.
It'll be so much easier if we just stole this money. What did you say?
They'll be here live with the story behind their action-packed new thriller and their 4 decades of friendship. And Houston, we have a winner.
Ball is out. It's picked up by the Texans and Sheldon Rankins. And he is in for a touchdown.
The Texans crush the Steelers to bring Wild Card Weekend to a close. The highlights and the must-see matchups now set for the next round on the road to the Super Bowl. Today, Tuesday, January 13th, 2026.
From NBC News, this is Today with Savannah Guthrie and Craig Melvin. From Studio 1A in Rockefeller Plaza.
And a very good morning to you. Welcome to Today on this Tuesday morning. So glad you were starting it with us. So glad to have Laura Jarrett here filling in for Savannah as she continues to recover from a vocal surgery. The Texans last night. I mean, the Steelers really were never in that football game. They pulled away in the fourth quarter. They beat the Steelers. They advance to the divisional round now.
And they're playing the Patriots next?
Yes, they're going to play the Pats at home this weekend. So
all right, we'll see what happens.
We'll have those highlights for you in just a moment. But we do want to start once again in Minneapolis, where city and state officials are now suing the Trump administration over the growing deployments of federal officers there.
They wanted to end, pointing to these violent clashes like this one. Immigration officers firing tear gas and pepper spray at protesters in the middle of a Minneapolis neighborhood.
NBC's Maggie Vespa was there. She was in the middle of that, covering that demonstration. She joins us now once again from Minneapolis. Maggie, good morning.
Craig, Laura, good morning. The man who says his jarring encounter with federal immigration officers quickly devolved into that chaotic scene, which happened just a couple blocks from here this morning, speaking out to NBC News. This as Minnesota officials accuse the Trump administration of, quote, spreading terror and chaos, with the White House now firing back.
This morning, outrage in Minneapolis. Our cameras there as federal officers swarmed by protesters Monday deployed tear gas and pepper spray.
This entire neighborhood is shut down. People blowing whistles here, letting everyone in the neighborhood know that federal officers are on the ground.
We are being attacked by the government, and there's no one here to help us.
Neighbors said the confrontation started when an immigration officer rear-ended this car. The driver, Christian Molina, saying they then asked whether he was in the country legally.
Luckily, they didn't hurt me or, they didn't shoot at me, but what if they did?
Molina, who says he is a U.S. citizen and father of 4, told us he wasn't doing anything wrong when the ICE vehicle went after him.
There's no reason for them to just look at you and trying to just chase you. I believe that's not right.
NBC News reached out to DHS about Molina's account. So far, no response. Neighbors who've begun organizing to track immigration raids quickly descended on the scene. The clash just blocks from where an ICE officer fatally shot Renee Good last week. The city and state now suing multiple top Trump officials.
The deployment of thousands of armed, masked DHS agents to Minnesota has done our state serious harm. This is, in essence, a federal invasion of the Twin Cities and Minnesota, and it must stop.
The White House blasting Minnesota Democrats, calling the suit a pathetic stunt. DHS saying federal officers in Minneapolis have arrested criminals in the U.S. illegally, some with convictions for violent crimes.
We are surging resources to Minneapolis, and the Trump administration is going to deliver on President Trump's mandate to remove violent illegal aliens from our communities.
This as new video shows federal officers pulling a man out of his car, saying he was impeding law enforcement.
So, Maggie, going back to that lawsuit that you mentioned in your report there, what more do we know about that and the next steps pertaining to it?
Yeah, Craig, it'll undoubtedly be a long road ahead in the courts, but at least in the short term or on the front end of this, local officials are hoping to halt immigration operations here in the Minneapolis area, saying it's preventing the city and the state from carrying out what they call core functions, especially when it comes to public safety, saying these calls about immigration officers on the ground and these protests are consuming policing resources. And by the way, Minnesota's not alone. The state of Illinois now also suing the Trump administration, accusing federal officers on the ground of using, quote, unlawful and dangerous tactics. And as we mentioned, the White House pushing back flatly on all of this. Craig.
Maggie Vespa on the ground for us in Minneapolis. Once again, Maggie, thank you.
All right, to the Middle East now, and new fallout over Iran's brutal crackdown on those anti-government protesters. President Trump now threatening to impose steep tariffs on any country that does business with the regime as he weighs possible military action as well. NBC's Richard Engel has the very latest. Richard, good morning.
Good morning. The State Department, which doesn't have an embassy in Iran, is telling Americans to leave that country as President Trump announced these new tariffs, 25%, not on Iran directly, which is already heavily sanctioned, but on countries trading with Iran, which is primarily China and Russia, as the administration is trying to intensify pressure on the Iranian government.
This morning, new videos are emerging from Iran showing the government's violent crackdown on protesters. This man appearing injured on the ground as thousands continue to gather to demand the overthrow of Iran's Islamic government in power since 1979. Another shows families searching for loved ones among body bags. But the disturbing videos are increasingly rare. With the internet already cut by the government, this morning a human rights group tells NBC News state security services are now hunting for the few satellite communication systems activists have been using to smuggle out videos, and are even going house to house to physically cut phone lines and plunge Iran into a total internet darkness.
When you cut landlines, it's also very evident that they are trying to prevent the organization of actors inside the country, and it's not successful. People are still coming to the street in massive numbers.
A U.S. official with direct knowledge of events tells NBC News protests have now spread to every Iranian province, that the crowds remain huge, and that the government appears to be on its heels. The Speaker of Iran's parliament warned if the U.S. attacks, American bases will burn. President Trump has said that would be a big mistake.
If they did that, it'll be met with a very, very powerful force.
In Iran, state media, the only media amid the tightening communications blackout, are telling Iranians the government is in full control and calling the protesters rioters. As pro-government counter-protesters have been mobilized, Iran's president took to the streets to show he's still in charge.
So, Richard, as all this is happening, President Trump, of course, weighing these military options against Iran over the protests. What exactly would that look like?
Well, it's difficult to know, but for one thing, it would very unlikely look like Venezuela. Venezuela really had no capacity to attack the United States. Venezuela's close. That was a quick commando raid, a snatch and grab operation. This would more likely be a sustained military campaign, attacking Iranian air defenses, attacking their security services, trying to weaken the government and destroy its ability to govern and to crack down on the demonstrators. So don't expect something quick. Don't expect just helicopters over Iran plucking up the supreme leaders. Think of a more sustained military campaign to take away the security forces and weaken the regime significantly.
Yeah, certainly some key differences there. Richard, thank you.
Meanwhile, President Trump is facing rare criticism from some fellow Republicans over the criminal investigation now facing Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell. Former Fed chairs also speaking out as well, saying the Justice Department's decision threatens the central bank's long-standing independence. NBC's Garrett Haake has more from the White House. Garrett, good morning.
Hey, Craig, good morning. Look, Powell says this investigation is all designed to pressure the Fed into rapidly lowering interest rates. That's something President Trump and the DOJ say isn't true. The probe has been slammed by Democrats as an abuse of power, and now even many Republicans, including one member of the president's cabinet, are calling it an unwelcome distraction. President Trump facing growing backlash from some members of his own party over the DOJ's criminal inquiry targeting Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell, in what Powell calls an effort to pressure him to meet the president's demands to cut interest rates. Key Senate Republicans speaking out against the investigation.
I know Chairman Powell very well. I will be stunned. I will be shocked if he has done anything wrong.
North Carolina's Thom Tillis vowing to block any Trump-Fed nominees.
It's another example of amateur hour as far as I'm concerned.
And in an extraordinary joint statement, every living former Fed chair, several Treasury secretaries, and other top economic officials issuing a rare rebuke of the Trump administration, warning the inquiry threatens the Fed's independence and the U.S. economy, writing in part, it has no place in the United States, whose greatest strength is the rule of law. Even Trump's Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent has expressed frustration with the investigation to President Trump, according to a source familiar with their conversation, calling it a distraction. House Speaker Mike Johnson backing the administration.
No, the Justice Department is not being weaponized.
The White House denies the president sought an investigation of Powell.
No. As for whether or not Jerome Powell is a criminal, that's an answer the Department of Justice is going to have to find out.
Powell says the Federal Reserve was issued grand jury subpoenas last week, tied to his Senate testimony last June about the Fed's multi-billion-dollar renovation of its D.C. headquarters. The president has repeatedly blasted Powell over the project, which does not draw on taxpayer dollars.
I'd love to fire his ass. He should be fired. Guy's grossly incompetent, and he should be sued.
The U.S. Attorney for D.C., Jeanine Pirro, writing on social media, her office contacted the Fed to discuss cost overruns and his testimony, but, quote, were ignored, necessitating the use of legal process, which is not a threat. And later today, the president is expected to visit a Ford plant and deliver a speech in Detroit, part of a White House effort to refocus on the economy as we begin a midterm election year in which polls have shown voters losing confidence in the president's handling of their pocketbook issues. Craig.
Garrett Haake from the White House. Garrett, thank you.
Turning now to new developments in the headline-making killings of a dentist and his wife in Ohio. The woman's ex-husband, now accused of their murders, appearing in an Illinois courtroom for the very first time to face those charges. NBC's Erin McLaughlin was there for us. Erin, good morning.
Good morning, Laura. The hearing was short, about 2 minutes. Michael McKee spoke only to say his name. A bench that was reserved for his family inside the courtroom was empty. Meanwhile, this morning, the family and friends of the victims say they weren't surprised by the news of McKee's arrest.
Michael McKee, who's accused of killing his ex-wife and her husband inside their Ohio home, is facing upgraded charges this morning after making his first court appearance in Illinois. 2 counts of aggravated murder with premeditation for the shooting deaths of Monique and Spencer Tepe.
Your name, sir, for the record? Michael McKee.
Speaking only to say his name, the Chicago-based vascular surgeon stood in the courtroom handcuffed and dressed in a county jail suit. McKee's attorney telling the judge he intends to plead not guilty once he's arraigned in Ohio.
Mr. McKee believes that the most expeditious manner in which he may defend himself against the charges pending in Ohio and to plead not guilty would be to waive his right to an extradition hearing.
Spencer Tepe's brother-in-law, Rob Mislate, telling NBC News McKee was an emotionally abusive person when he was with Monique, adding it was obviously a shock that something like this could happen, but we quickly believed McKee had something to do with it. Monique and McKee had no children and divorced in 2017 after less than 2 years of marriage. Court documents cited incompatibility. 3 years later, Monique married Spencer Tepe, sharing this in her vows.
I had quite a journey to get to you. Countless bad bumble dates, wrong relationships, and waterfalls of tears. But it was worth every cringing second because it led me to you.
Police found the couple shot to death. Their 2 young children also inside the house unharmed. McKee was arrested for murder 11 days later, not long after authorities released this video of a person of interest near the crime scene.
And McKee is still being held in the county jail behind me. It's unclear when he'll be transferred to Ohio. Officials here say that officials in Ohio need to come and pick him up. Laura?
All right, Aaron McLaughlin, thank you.
We're going to switch gears now to the NFL, and the Houston Texans are moving on to the next round of the playoffs after that blowout win over the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Coach, if he's let go, there'll be a lot of suitors knocking on his door for that as well. Here's an interception for good measure. It's picked off by Bullock. And Rodgers is in his way, trying to make the tackle. Can't. And it's a touchdown, Texans.
A 50-yard pickup, that pick six there, put the game away for the Texans. They went on to win that thing 30-6. Next up, Houston's going to play the New England Patriots. The question, though, that a lot of folks are asking this morning is this the last time we are going to see Aaron Rodgers in uniform?
That is the question.
After the game, he said that the loss itself would not impact the decision, but he's 42 years old. He's played in the NFL literally.
He's a young man.
He's played in the NFL for 21 years. Won a Super Bowl, won a bunch of MVPs, so he's got nothing left to prove. Right. So we'll see. See what he says.
All right. How about we get to the weather now? A first check from Mr. Roker, looking dapper as always.
Well, thank you, and good to see you guys. Good to see you this morning. And, well, while it's warm out there, we've got waning winter warmth. Even though highs today, 15 to 25 degrees above average, we're going to start to see some cooler air filter in. But in the meantime, look at this. D.C., you're going to be at 50 today. 66 in St. Louis. That's 26 degrees above average. Dallas, 68. That's 11 degrees above average. But tomorrow, you start to see that cold air coming in. Chicago, a little below average. Duluth, Minnesota, 13 degrees. That's awfully chilly, 6 degrees below average. But New York City, again, near 50. That's nice and warm. But as we head toward the latter part of the week, by Friday, New York, we're at 32. Minneapolis, you're going to be at 10 on Saturday. Charleston, temperatures in the upper 30s. As we look to next week, the eastern half of the country going to be colder than average, but out west, the winter is staying away. We're going to get to your local forecast coming up in the next 30 seconds.
Hey, Hollander, make sure none of these cheaters cheat, okay? Okay. You know that guy?
Yeah.
Who's this guy?
I've seen Hollander.
Ah, so you know this guy.
He's the best player in the whole league.
Oh, no, that's not true.
We are back at 7:30 with streaming's breakout hit of the season. It's called Heated Rivalry. Fans already clamoring for season 2. Tomorrow they're going to be packing our plaza because Connor Story himself will be here live. So we are expecting quite the huge crowd for Mr. Story tomorrow. And by the way, that clip that we just showed you may be one of the few clips that we can show on morning television.
The only safe clip.
This is like the hit show for HBO
It
Max.
is one of the top debuts that they've had on HBO Max since it launched. So really looking forward to that conversation tomorrow. Meanwhile, there is a lot to get to in this half hour, starting with a high-profile case in Virginia.
Yeah, a jury has now been seated in the so-called au pair affair trial of a father who's accused in the double murders of his wife And another man, NBC's Ellison Barber, is here with all the details. Ellison, this one's a doozy.
Yeah, there is a lot of layers to this case, guys. It is expected to be a month-long trial. Opening statements, those are beginning today in the case against Brendan Banfield. Prosecutors say the Virginia father concocted an elaborate murder plot, all because he wanted to continue a relationship with the family's au pair. But the defense says their evidence will tell a very different story.
3 years ago, a series of 911 calls led police to the Virginia home of Christine and Brendan Banfield.
Caller saying he shot someone. There's a 34-year-old female that got stabbed by someone, and then he shot him.
Police say they found Christine Banfield suffering from stab wounds and another victim near her, dead from multiple gunshot wounds. That man, later identified as Joseph Ryan.
Who is the shooter? Who shot who?
Brendan and the family's Brazilian au pair, Juliana Perez Magalhães, initially told police they came home and found Ryan, who they described as an intruder, attacking Christine, and that they shot him in self-defense.
He started stabbing her. I think Brendan shot him, and he asked me help to shot him too.
But prosecutors and police say a home invasion never happened.
I suspected, I had a feeling that there was a lot more to what met the eye that morning.
Police arrested Magalhães, who months later changed her story, according to prosecutors.
Somebody that sounded like violent.
In a video statement obtained by NBC News, Magalhães told investigators as a part of a plea deal that the home intruder story was an elaborate ruse. All part of a double murder plot orchestrated by Brendan Banfield, one he pressured her to be a part of so they could be together.
He explained that he was thinking about finding a way to just get rid of her out of the picture.
According to Magalhães' statement, Brendan created a fake account on a fetish website, pretending to be his wife Christine, and started chatting with Ryan, telling him to come to the house and act out a violent sexual fantasy. Brendan Banfield, now charged with 4 counts of aggravated murder, has pled not guilty. As his trial gets underway, his defense is expected to challenge the prosecution's catfishing theory and present evidence that Christine created the account on that fetish website. But prosecutors maintain Christine Banfield and Joseph Ryan are the victims. Their star witness, the au pair, once trusted to care for the Banfield's young daughter.
And Brendan Banfield has been held without bond since his arrest. If convicted, he could spend the rest of his life behind bars. As for Magalhães, the au pair, she pled guilty to involuntary manslaughter as part of a plea agreement with prosecutors, expected now to recommend she be released for time served for her cooperation. Back to you guys.
All right, Ellison, thank you.
Let's bring in NBC News legal analyst Danny Cevallos. Danny, this is, as Ellison pointed out, this has got a lot of layers here. It's a little messy, very complicated. You've got this husband who's accused of conspiring with the au pair to kill the wife and a stranger, and then they flip the au pair. The au pair is cooperating now. So does this make it a slam dunk for the prosecution or no?
Not necessarily a slam dunk, but the defense doesn't really have a lot of options. They may have to simply double down on the original theory that the wife, the victim, contacted this other gentleman on the S&M website, and that he came over and that they interrupted some kind of act of violence. But it still doesn't explain all of their other strange behavior. And probably the worst evidence against the husband is evidence that really doesn't go to the murder itself. It goes to the fact that only months later, the au pair had moved into the main bedroom with the husband. Oh. And while that doesn't actually go to the night of the murder, there's a lot of motive evidence here that does not look good for the husband.
Okay, so then put on your defense attorney hat, which you do well. What is your best strategy? How do you fight this?
Here it is. It's the old tunnel vision argument, because apparently, reportedly, there is evidence that some of the technicians on the law enforcement side believe that maybe the wife had set up those accounts. So you focus on that for the defense. You say the prosecution got tunnel vision. They zeroed in on the husband when, in fact, there were people in the police department themselves who believed that the wife may have set up these accounts and may have set up this meeting with the man who came to the house that was shot and killed.
It seems like the au pair got a pretty sweet deal, by the way. No?
It's an unbelievable deal. Consider this. She's essentially admitted to planning and being involved in a murder execution of 2 innocent people. At least that's what she's essentially admitting to. And she's going to end up with time served if she cooperates. But look, this is what law enforcement do. They go to people, if they have a target that they want, they go to someone like the au pair, they offer a deal, and they get that cooperation, which is essential. And that cooperation in this case will be essential to a conviction.
Certainly helpful here. Danny, thank you. Still ahead for you this morning, best-selling author Colleen Hoover sharing an update on her cancer journey, a battle she only recently revealed what she wants her fans to know.
Plus, a question that's being asked by a lot of businesses and bars: what happened to happy hour? Still happening at my house. Emily Ikeda is on the case.
Hey guys, good morning to you. Well, with fewer people going into an office and fewer people drinking alcohol, a lot of people are asking if the days of grabbing a drink with friends after work are behind us. Coming up, we are taking a closer look at the trend that is drying up and how restaurants and companies are responding. Stay with us.
Now at 7:41, and this morning on In Depth today, a not-so-happy headline about happy hour.
And happy hour has been, at least in my case, a staple of professional life, connecting and maybe even venting with colleagues over that post-work cocktail. But now there's growing signs that that long-standing tradition might be fading away.
Say it ain't so, Emily Ikeda. Say it ain't so.
Well, think about it, guys. Grabbing drinks with a colleague near work is a bit difficult when you don't go into an office. Couple that with fewer Americans drinking alcohol, and experts say the ritual of happy hour has taken a hit.
For decades, the rhythm of professional life included 9 to 5 at the office.
Hey, boss man.
Yes.
A bunch of us are going to get some drinks. You in?
And 5 to 7 at the local bar.
You, me, happy hour.
But is the clock running out on happy hour?
Why would I prolong my work hours and not get paid to do it?
The Wall Street Journal calls happy hour a casualty of a corporate cultural reset since the pandemic. Dr. Jessica Kriegel is a workplace culture consultant.
We've moved much more towards a hybrid and remote workplace environment. And so if we're not in the same physical workspace, then it doesn't make any sense to get together.
Research firm Circana shows going out to full-service restaurants after work fell 44% since 2019. And Americans are drinking less, too, with hashtag mocktails and alcohol-free accompanying hundreds of thousands of posts on TikTok.
We just ordered some mocktails, so let's do a taste test.
A downward trend restaurateurs like David Chang have acknowledged as a real challenge for the industry.
It's an extraordinary amount of work to continue to make sales based on food alone. So I see this as a real problem moving forward.
For half a point each. And so restaurants are getting creative with more interactive events. Think trivia, jumbo-sized games, and salsa nights. While some companies are making the office the venue, catering weekly drinks and snacks, according to the Journal. Here at NBC, even social pop-ups like Snack and Chat are taking hold. Experts say congregating with coworkers provides important opportunities to find friends and mentors.
It allows us to identify the people that we jive with and that we want to spend more time with, and also to identify those mentorships where we have that natural chemistry and connection in an informal environment.
With happy hour drying up, Kriegel encourages workers to still seek out that camaraderie.
We call them Therapeutic Thursdays here in Denver.
After work as a real estate agent, Willis Walker participates in a happy hour run club, a trend that's taken off across the country.
And I think for me, someone who's moved a lot, it's a really great way to get to make new friends and people that meet people you have something in common with.
And restaurants are also changing their menus to draw in more customers, including mixing up new mocktails. A recent industry report shows more than 40% of restaurants are adding alcohol-free drink options, while also building out, as I mentioned, those themed interactive nights as happy hour gets a bit of a makeover. So not completely gone, but it definitely looks different.
I mean, but, you know, we were talking about the fact that happy hour sort of helped lead to our marriages. Helped early in, you know, and professionally, that's how I made a lot of my relationships early on in my career.
I think we should bring back a therapeutic Thursdays for the Today Show.
I agree. I agree.
Amen.
Plus, our happy hour is like 11 a.m.
Yeah.
You know,
it's
we
great.
get started so early.
It doesn't have to be 4. It could be anytime you want.
Anytime you want, yeah.
Thanks. Thank you, Em.
Thanks.
Al Roker and I had happy hour just last week.
That's right. And hey, let's face it, it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
That's always.
Oh, there you go. Hey, we've got some snow coming in, just in case you thought maybe winter's taking a little snooze. We got a little action making its way across the Great Lakes with some snow, some freezing precip, and some rain as well. This is all part of a system pushing across, low pressure moving across southern Canada. Now, that snow is basically going to be around the Great Lakes region. And if we're going to start to see that lake effect snow machine cranking up as we move into tomorrow as a secondary low develops right over the northeast, but mostly along the I-95 corridor. We're talking about rain. This thing moves out into New England. Snow will linger throughout parts of the interior northeast and parts of northern New England as well. You can see leeward side of the Great Lakes could be upwards of 12 inches of rain in northern Indiana, parts of the UP of Michigan, and upstate New York as well. That's what's going on around the country. Here's what's happening in your neck of the woods. That's your latest weather. Hashtag PSSP.
All right, guys, let's get to it. We've got a double scoop for you on the PSSP today. 2 big screen reunions in the works. We're going to start with this dynamic duo.
You're late.
A wizard is never late, Frodo Baggins. Nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to.
Well, for a while now, fans have been buzzing about another Lord of the Rings movie, and even though details are being kept tightly under wraps, last year Gandalf himself, Sir Ian McKellen, teased the return of Elijah Wood's Frodo. In a recent interview, here's what the ring bearer had to say about the possible return to the franchise. I can neither confirm nor deny. Listen, a wizard is to be trusted.
There you go.
It's very much that core original group getting back together to tell this story that will feel like a really fun exploration of this character that we all love so much, and I'm just really excited.
Wow,
So it sounds like
he's coming back.
Seeing Frodo again soon. Meanwhile, here's another star-studded pair set to reunite. Julia Roberts just commenting on that highly anticipated next Ocean's sequel, which is supposed to bring back the likes of Brad Pitt and Matt Damon and Don Cheadle. Here's what she told Access Hollywood on Sunday.
Well, can you say anything about Oceans, or is it pretty much held under wraps?
I mean, I guess it's under wraps, but it's...
The gang is back.
The gang is back. The gang is back. We're working on it. It's a lot of people with a lot of schedules.
Wow.
All right. Sounds like that's a matter of time.
Matt Damon's going to be.
We can ask Matt about that,
That's
too.
a good call.
There we go.
That's a good idea.
Got a lot more coming up in Pop Star. Plus, we got a little boost from our buddy Jenna.
Okay, you guys, we had so much fun with SG's whiteboard yesterday, so we're pulling them out again for another fun one right after this.
We are back now, making room here for Jenna. We got whiteboards. We're ready for a boost.
Thank you for letting me sit with you. Okay, yesterday we checked in with Savannah on her recovery from vocal cord surgery and learned all about the magic of using a whiteboard to conduct an entire interview. It went mid. But what about grabbing one of those for setting goals in 2026? Okay, that is a cat. Maybe it's a best day for resolutions you're not that serious about. Take a look at what happened when one user on TikTok shared her goal board for the year and her pet cat had other plans. Look, the cat's like, no, you're not doing that.
Yeah.
The video caption reads, now that's a cat who has absolutely no time for this new year, new goal nonsense.
Do we know what they were erasing? Did you say that?
The New Year's resolution.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Do I know?
Oh,
It's
you don't know
probably
what
the
it was. Okay.
same one that they always are. I mean, does anybody know what they were? I think it was like, you know,
Right.
spend
Eat
time
less,
outside,
more time in the gym.
eat organic.
Right.
All right, so we brought the whiteboard because we had so much fun.
Okay.
I'm a little nervous about Carson's answer, but go ahead and rate.
That cat is smarter than Pete the cat.
What?
Oh, smart.
What is the task with the whiteboard? What do
Okay,
you want us
I
to
want
do?
you to tell me
Right, our
what you
resolu-
thought about that boost. So he thought the cat was smarter than Pete the cat.
Which is our
thought
nickname,
about that
which is your
Quitting
nickname
kitty,
for Pete downstairs.
Quitting kitty.
Quitting New Year's resolutions.
Hashtag.
Hashtag. Oh, Al, you're
An
good.
artist.
Meow. That's a pretty good cat.
Oh,
Al.
this is what Carson thought. Mid.
Mid. Just mid.
I know what you wanted. You
I don't
wish
know.
I knew you knew what the
Sorry.
resolutions were, right?
Yeah.
You needed more.
Well, if you're going to bring out the whiteboards, I thought I was going to pay off to, like, you know, you ask us what our resolutions are. Would the cat wipe ours away? It's just something connected to the...
I actually thought about bringing my cat Maisie in just to
Okay,
see
yeah.
if it would
Boost
work.
critique, kind of a real
Yeah.
time.
That's all-
Yeah, but
Real
that's just
time.
asking us
By
to
the
do
way-
is critique.
Okay.
All right,
What?
still ahead. We'll get this thing back on the tracks. Ben Affleck and Matt Damon, Oscar winners and best friends. We're going to talk about their new film. It's 8 o'clock on today. Coming up, new fallout. More outrage in Minneapolis. Protesters clashing with federal immigration agents again. Minnesota officials suing the Trump administration over the growing deployment of federal officers. We're live with the very latest. Then, open book. Best-selling writer Colleen Hoover sharing a new health update about her battle with cancer. What she's revealing just ahead. and Wicked Good.
How do you like them acts?
Ben Affleck and Matt Damon teaming up once again.
Are we the good guys?
They're here live to talk about that new film and their 40 years of friendship on and off the screen. All that plus Alan Cumming live in Studio 1A.
Ah, dear me. What treachery awaits us this season.
Noah Wiley's other major award.
Welcome to the pit.
And Harry back in styles. As it was. It's all ahead today, Tuesday, January 13th, 2026.
Celebrating Sue from Knoxville, Tennessee. Hello to our grandkids.
Cameron and Knighton.
From Decatur, Alabama. I'm First Island, New York. From Benton Harbor, Michigan. Mom turned 70 today. Good morning to my dad.
Watching from Virginia Beach.
From Brooklyn, Traverse City, Michigan. And Fayetteville, Arkansas.
We see you, Fayetteville, Arkansas, and we see all of you out on the plaza, bundled up here. As Mr. Roker would point out, of course it's cold. It's the middle of January. Thank you so much for starting your Tuesday morning with us. Thanks to Laura Jarrett, who continues to serve while Savannah gets better. So lots to get to. Let's get to your news at 8 o'clock on this Tuesday. And we begin with the growing tensions in Minneapolis after yet another heated clash between protesters and federal agents. And now, city and state officials are suing the Trump administration over the deployment of federal officers there. NBC's Maggie Vespa joins us from Minneapolis once again with the very latest. Maggie, good morning.
Hey, Craig, good morning. Yeah, the protests here on the ground, the backlash definitely escalating. Our team witnessing it firsthand yesterday. Case in point, this chaotic scene in the middle of a Minneapolis neighborhood. Our crew witnessing pepper spray, tear gas, flashbangs, all of it as federal officers tried to disperse neighbors and protesters who had just swarmed their vehicles within minutes. Witnesses said it started when federal agents rear-ended a car. And this morning, the driver, Christian Molina, speaking out to NBC News, saying those officers, you see him there, had been following him, rear-ended him, and then he says asked if he was in the country legally. The father of four, who says he's a U.S. citizen, telling us he was never arrested and that he's grateful his neighbors came out. We are out to DHS for comment on his story. So far, no response. Meanwhile, here in Minneapolis, the city and the state now suing the Trump administration over this influx of officers, saying it's, quote, spreading terror and chaos, and of course highlighting last week's fatal shooting of Renee Good. This morning, the White House is firing back, calling that lawsuit a, quote, pathetic stunt and touting arrests made by federal officers here on the ground of undocumented residents who they say had violent criminal records, a.k.a. all signs pointing to this conflict not going anywhere anytime soon. Craig.
Maggie Vespa on the ground in Minneapolis. Maggie, thank you. Stay safe there.
Breaking overnight, Russian forces carrying out a massive strike targeting military-industrial facilities in Ukraine. At least 4 people were killed and several others were injured during a drone attack in Kharkiv. The strikes hit a postal terminal, destroying buildings and sparking multiple fires. You see there, it comes just hours after the U.S. accused Russia of, quote, dangerous and inexplicable escalation of the war.
Best-selling author Colleen Hoover is sharing an update this morning about her ongoing cancer battle. The It Ends With Us writer first went public with her diagnosis last month. NBC's Stephanie Goss joins us now with a closer look. Steph, good morning.
Hey, Craig, good morning. Colleen Hoover is a prolific storyteller who's sold tens of millions of books. But now she's sharing a different one, her own story, opening up about a deeply personal journey with cancer.
This morning, a new health update from one of the most popular authors in the world, Colleen Hoover, the writer behind bestsellers like Verity and It Ends With Us.
I have a really nice view.
I do. Sharing an update on her cancer treatment yesterday, posting second to last day of radiation. A welcome update for the many fans who have followed Hoover's work over the years.
I write because I have to. Like, it's my therapy. It's what I enjoy doing. It feeds my soul.
The author shared that in the past few months, she has been battling cancer without specifying the type, but posting just last week that her disease did not come from family genes or from, quote, the two main causes of the cancer, which are HPV and excessive hormones, adding this means it was more than likely environmental. Lifestyle. And in the fall, Hoover revealing that she was having, quote, unavoidable surgery and had to miss the premiere of Regretting You, a movie based on one of her books.
What are you doing?
Humor me?
Another adaptation, It Ends With Us, the center of a highly publicized legal battle between stars Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni in 2024. But the movie was still a success, and more films based on her work are set to come out this year. Hoover, a mother of 3, reflecting on her journey with Jenna in 2023.
When you first started writing in 2012, could you ever have imagined this?
Absolutely not. Oh my gosh, no. Like, you know, my goal was to, I hope I write a book someday.
Now, the best-selling author of 26 books, reassuring devoted fans as she continues her health journey.
Meanwhile, as Hoover faces this health battle, her latest book, Woman Down, comes out today. She has not yet announced any plans for a book tour. Guys?
All right. Best wishes, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, Steph. Well, a new study shows astronauts' brains change shape and shift positions during stays in space. This research could have implications for NASA's goals to conduct long-duration missions to the Moon and Mars. The study found that after spaceflight, astronauts' brains actually were tilted upward and shifted back into the skull relative to their normal positions on Earth. Researchers analyzed MRI scans from 26 different astronauts. Those who were in the space the longest showed the largest changes. The study will be critical to figuring out if there is any lasting damage and how to avoid it.
All right.
Right. All right. I think we've covered the news. What do you think about PopStart?
Wow, that was some story there. Huh? I thought the idea was astronauts in training here now. I'm not going into space. My brain looks fine. Guys, coming up, Harry Styles is dropping hints all around the world. Could he be gearing up for a long-awaited return to music? We'll take a closer look at that coming up in PopStart.
Before we do that, though, it does not get much bigger than this dynamic duo. Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, just a few steps away. They're ready to talk about their new movie, their decades-long friendship, and how that friendship has really stood the test of time in Hollywood. We'll do that right after this.
All our friends and family and everybody back in Boston watching us tonight.
And thank you so much to the city of Boston and God, I know we're forgetting somebody.
Whoever we forgot, we love you and we
love you. Thank you so much.
Never gets old. Never gets old. Can you believe it has been 28 years since that life-changing moment for Ben Affleck and Matt Damon? They burst onto the scene with their Oscar-winning script for Good Will Hunting. They've been stars, and they've been dear friends ever since, even before that, actually. The two childhood friends forging their own paths in Hollywood while carving out time to work together, including, of course, the critically acclaimed Air. Well, now the duo is back, and they're back with The Rip, portraying Miami cops who come across a huge stash of drug money and not sure of who to trust.
Knock, knock.
How you doing this evening, miss?
Well, 5 cops magically appear at my doorstep. I've been better.
We had a Crime Stopper tip come in on this address.
A what stopper? What?
It's called a Crime Stopper tip. It said that maybe there's some narcotics on the premises.
They're typically pretty reliable, so we just got to follow up with them. What's your name?
Desi.
That's your rock star name. What's your full legal name?
It's a rock star name. Ben, Matt, welcome back.
Thank you very much.
Just when you thought you had seen every police movie, every cop movie, every drug, along comes this story that I was not familiar with, admittedly. How did you guys find the story?
Joe Carnahan, who directed it and wrote it, was friends with the officer who the whole thing is based on. So it's loosely based on one officer in Miami and an event where this division, they started giving out basically, if you called in and reported illegal money stored somewhere, you could get a piece of it if they captured it. So, of course, all of a sudden they started getting calls. And there was one time where they showed up at this house and there was $20 million there. And you have to count it on the premises because they don't want people taking money. And, you know, there's the fear of the people whose money it is might show up. And, you know, so that was the basis for this thing.
What I liked about it is it's one of those films where you're watching it for a while and you're like, that's the dirty cop. Oh, no, that's the snitch. Okay, I was wrong. Maybe that. And then by the end, you don't see the end coming at all.
That's the hope.
And you actually spent time in Miami with real-life officers doing the research.
Yeah, we went down and met the people who do this work and rode along with them and spent some time there, and that was great. And Joe, the director, had spent a lot of time with them, and so a lot of the language, the way the cops relate to each other, all that was kind of already baked into the script. And then that research piece is always the fun stuff for us.
In fact, Joe, I mean, we love that they were really gracious with their time and shared their stuff with us, and a lot of them are in the movie in little supporting parts and stuff. So it was cool.
It's one of those things that so much has been made over the years of your friendship and your working relationship. And I think a lot of folks, you guys have been friends for like 40 years now. Used to ride the bus from Boston in to Manhattan for auditions. Has there ever been a point during that friendship where you were like, you know what, I'm over Matt, or I'm over Ben, where you wanted to break up?
Probably a lot. Yeah, in little ways, but never in big ways, I think.
What makes it work? I mean, because, you got Tina Fey and Amy Poehler, you got De Niro and Scorsese. There are very few duos in Hollywood.
There aren't many, but a lot of people have friends for a long period of time. We just happen to both be in the same line of work. I think that's what's rare, So we got lucky, and we were kids and really kind of bonded initially over being interested in this thing and having this idea, this like absurd idea that maybe we could somehow make our way out there and do this, and sort of supported one another and like having that shared interest. And so, it was just luck.
At one point, I mean, the friendship was so deep that the two of you early on, before you were making a lot of money, you shared a bank account?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there was not a lot of money in the bank account.
Not wasn't much to fight over, to be totally honest.
Yeah.
There wasn't a lot of money to go around. We had to be able to get, the Pan Am shuttle or the Peter Pan bus or the train up here to audition for the Mickey Mouse Club in the big city here in New York, and it was like, that's what we want to do. So we try to put our work and put money aside so that we can get up here and do it. Otherwise, no one's going to do it for us.
We were probably kind of weird kids in one regard.
We're still kind of weird, but just not kids anymore.
It seems like it's paid off okay. The last time this guy was here, we were talking about The Odyssey. You may not remember this, but we always
I remember.
We keep the receipts. We asked Ben about your film that's coming out this summer, The Odyssey, and this is what your friend of 40 years had to say about your transformation for the role. Roll the tape.
He's apparently ripped. Look at this.
Yeah.
Look at you two.
Well, I got my shirt on, but yeah, he is definitely.
Yeah, John has taste.
Just wait if I
had class. Yeah, Matt. As soon as the first time he got in shape in his life, he whipped his shirt off, and he was like, "Who can I show this off to?" I'm proud of him. Calvin Klein model at his age. I think it's very impressive.
That's what friends are for. I don't know. Yeah, no, listen, the director had a very specific idea of what I should look like. And
the director wanted me to get out there and lay on the couch and flex. And the director told me we should have some contrast lighting and I should kind of mew.
That was the bright sunlight, my friend. No contrast.
That's true. That's a real photograph.
You both have your action movie chops now. You both have done a bunch of action movies. I got to wondering, The Accountant versus Jason Bourne. Obviously, The Accountant wins in the classroom. Who wins in a fight?
Oh, are you even asking?
Yeah.
Come on. Come on.
I don't.
That guy, he'd never see me coming.
You know what? Yeah. Sounds like a good pitch.
Sounds like a good pitch.
It's like Predator versus Alien.
Let's go.
You know what I mean?
That's right. At this point, we'll just start crossing over.
Yeah. See if there's any of our other old stuff that can recycle and trot out for.
You guys have done so many interviews. We wanted to end with a little rapid fire. Okay. All right. So we'll start with you, Ben. Favorite movie that Matt Damon's ever done? Your favorite?
Oof. I'm looking forward to The Odyssey.
Okay.
This year.
So in other words,
he likes none of them.
I was trying to say.
I'm hoping there's a good one.
I'm about 100 in, and he's counting on the next one being good.
I'm trying to promote your movie.
How about you, Matt?
That's a tough question. There are a lot of movies that he's done.
That's pretty good.
Man, that's tough because there are a lot. The Way Back, the movie that he did with. There's great performance in that maybe not a lot of people saw.
All right. Ben's favorite trait in Matt. Favorite thing you love about your friend.
I mean, you want to be serious and kind of schmaltzy, or is it just?
No,
I mean, the truth is, he's a really deeply, fundamentally good man and a good father and good husband and a really good guy.
Wow, he's giving you your flowers. How about you?
I got nothing.
I run fast. I still set that up for you.
Oh, he really did?
No.
Oh,
I would say the same thing. At the risk of being a little treacly,
you know what? I'll give you a chance. Least favorite trait in Matt Damon.
not great at cleaning up around the house.
Oh.
When I was younger.
Well, that's all I have to go by.
All right, that's fair.
I mean, we could ask your wife and see if it's gotten better. I got a feeling.
Let's not.
Your least favorite trait?
We got here this morning, and Ben was 3 minutes early. He got here before me, and that's the first time in 45 years he has not been late.
Wow.
This is a complete
it's
yeah, I work hard.
You do work hard.
You
got a lot of things going on.
Yeah, a lot of things going on.
I'm doing other stuff.
A lot of
it's nice living a life of luxury. You know, the actor guy come out of the trailer and everything's done magically. How do you think it gets that way? But it's fine. It's fine.
He's struggling.
I know.
He's struggling mightily. Thank you both. Thanks for getting up early.
Thanks, Greg. Appreciate it.
Matt, thank you so much again. It's called The Rip. It hits Netflix on Friday.
That was fun.
That was
Matt and Ben. Great guys.
Yep.
Yeah, good to see them together.
Besties.
All right, guys, we got a lot to get to today on Pop Start. We're going to start with Billboard. The latest season of Stranger Things just helped this actor and musician's 2022 hit fly right back up the charts. That is Joe Keery, who played Steve Harrington in all 5 seasons of Netflix sci-fi hit. Also goes by the solo stage name Joe. It's spelled D-J-O, pronounced Joe. That's his 4-year-old single, End of Beginning. It's a great song. It's back at #1 on the Billboard Global Chart. Never underestimate the power of fandom. And while we're talking about super fans, the Swifties are keeping Fate of Ophelia in the top spot on the Hot 100 ranking. The track off her latest album, Life of a Showgirl's, Taylor's first song to keep the #1 spot for a whopping 10 weeks. Wow. More in the music department. Harry Styles, Styles Nation, stand up for a little throwback to all of one of, I think, our favorite concerts on the Plaza.
Absolutely.
Here comes.
I don't know if I could ever go without
We were saying Harry Styles kind of is the only one who could pull that outfit off. But Willie wore
Willie did pretty good.
Willie did great.
Willie did.
Willie wore well. Said, "Can I borrow your jumpsuit?"
Yeah.
I think it's the other way around.
So the story here, after nearly 4 years of a hiatus, it looks like the 3-time Grammy winner is gearing up for a big return. We're not 100% sure, but fans going wild yesterday when posters were spotted with the phrase "We belong together," echoing the same message from a video that Harry posted on YouTube last month. We don't know what it means, but we're just going to have to wait to find out.
It means a summer concert.
Up next, Noah Wyle. Lately, he's been racking up the awards show season wins for his latest TV series role.
Let's shoot him down.
Welcome to the pit. Let's go save some lives.
Is that just a rumor?
Well, I don't know, Jenna. We'll figure that out during a commercial break. After a big win at the Globes on Sunday for his medical drama role in The Pit, Wiley's sharing a special place that he keeps his trophy. Oh, boy. It's sitting on a shelf right next to a homemade award for Best Dad. That is Auden, Noah's daughter. She commented on this post. It's true. I was a voter on the second win. Big congratulations to Noah. Yeah, on the Globe, but really more for Best Dad. Up next, Ryan Reynolds. He's teaming with his bestie, Hugh Jackman, whom he co-owns an Australian sailing team with for an important team briefing.
You ready for our first team briefing? Not really. I get nervous at these things. Relax, you'll be fine. No, wait, hold on. You ever picture them all in their underwear, just so, like, it calms you down, you know? Yeah, of course. How do you think I got through hosting all those award shows? Really? You do that? No, I don't. I just work hard, talent. Relax. Don't be yourself. Good. All right, whoa. Yes, it's working. No, they're actually wearing their underwear. Why?
I mean, we're just sitting here saying what can't Ryan Reynolds pull off? The marketing there for Bond's brand underwear looked pretty good. All right, now we're going to end with Celine Dion. The music icon just launched her latest venture. She's on TikTok now, and guys, no surprise, she's already going viral. Just take a look at her "What's in My Bag" video, and you'll see why.
2 pounds. Lipstick. I got my own microphone just in case something happens. People ask me to sing happy birthday. I'm ready. Unforgettable. You know, it takes a lot of balls to get the microphone and pretend that you are on. Do you believe in love to love? I believe.
She doesn't need a mic.
There you go. That's your Pop Start today, guys.
So good, Carson. Still ahead. Look who is here. Alan Cumming. And that means we're about to talk about the Traitors. Let's go. But first, your local news.
And we're back with Alan Cumming, the man behind the drama on Peacock's Emmy-winning competition series, The Traitors. It pits famous faces against each other in the ultimate murder mystery game where the faithfuls must uncover the deceptive traitors. And it's back for a 4th season. Take a look.
Good morning, players.
Good morning. Good morning.
Welcome to my bottomless, bountiful buffet.
Love it.
Of course, there is some sad news. We're out of sourdough. Oh, and Ian's dead. Oh, poor, wretched, brilliant, lovely Ian. So cruelly ripped from our arms. He's with the angels now.
It's so funny. Alan, welcome back. Good morning.
Good to see you.
Season 4 is out. First 3 episodes have dropped for folks who follow this wildly popular show. What can they expect this season?
Oof, just carnage.
Carnage.
Absolute carnage.
Carnage.
It's just there's this. I think it's episode 7. There's a sequence at a banquet. When you hear the word banquet, pay attention.
Okay.
Because it comes to a bloody climax. It's more carnagey than usual, this one.
What do you think it is about your show, Alan, that really has captured the hearts of so many people? I mean, you've got quite the loyal following. You've won an Emmy for it already. I mean, what is it about the show for people who haven't watched yet?
I think it's about the fact that we know, the audience, we know who the baddies are. Like, the traitors are chosen by me. Yeah. And then, so the contestants are trying to find out who they are. But we know, so we watch people lying.
Yes.
And we know they're lying. And also you watch people dealing with lying not very well and not enjoying it. And it's sometimes, I mean, it takes a huge psychological toll. There's psychologists have to help people at the end of it. I mean, it's torture.
So really, psychologists actually have to work with some.
Yeah, there's psychologists on the staff to kind of help people afterwards. Because I mean, people take it. I mean, it is like one of those sort of sociological experiments. People, like, it's a game. It's called The Traitors. You expect people to be kind of treacherous, but people take it so personally. Like, I can't believe I could never be a traitor. Like, yeah, you could.
Yeah,
I tapped you on the shoulder.
You recruited Taylor Swift's future mother-in-law,
Donna. Yes,
Donna Kelce,
darling.
is part of this season. Is there someone who hasn't been in the castle yet that you would love to see join?
Well, I always say Martha Stewart because I would just think it would be hilarious to see her fall in a loch. But oh, there she is. You must have known I was going to say that.
By the way, she's going to be here later this week, so we're going to ask her.
Ask her, tell her, demand. But yeah, like, I think it's what's really good and why the casting people do such a great job is the sort of bizarre combo of people. Like, you have Donna, you know, America's mum, next to, you know,
Johnny Weir.
Johnny Weir,
right?
Or you know, Lisa Rinna.
Yeah.
Lisa effing Rinna, as she's now called.
Your wardrobe on the show has also garnered quite the fan following as well.
Yes.
I think we've got a few of your looks from the show. What's the inspiration behind Alan Cumming's wardrobe?
Well, it's really, that was a coffin. This is sort of Statue of Liberty. It's really Sam Spector, who's here today, over there lurking, is the style. There I am as a chess piece. This is my favourite. This is a poncho I wear in the finale every time, and we just add more things to it each year. I had LED lighting.
There's a child's head coming out of your...
There's baby.
Yeah, there's a baby's head coming out of your
That's the coffin
there.
again, yeah. That was my favourite of this season, was being the coffin. It started off big. It's just basically, I wanted him to be this dandy, because they asked me to play a character.
Yeah.
Not just a host. So I went to Sam and he kind of just ran with it.
Mission accomplished, brother.
Yes,
Mission accomplished.
Yeah.
And it's been celebrity so far, but word is that soon just regular folks, civilians will be able...
Real people can come. Yeah, so the next one we shoot in May is going to be on NBC, and it's with real people. So it's and there's been it's been nuts, actually. There's been a flood of people applying.
Oh, I'm sure.
But it's still open. You can still apply.
Congratulations were in order, too, by the way. Congratulations on your Hollywood Walk of Fame star.
Isn't that nuts? Yeah, thanks very much.
That was nuts. What was equally nuts was Alan Cumming's acceptance speech. I want to play just a portion of it because it is morning television.
Oh.
But this is part of what you said.
Did I swear?
I would also like to mention and thank the acting teacher I had at drama school who told me when I was 19 years old that I'd never make it as a professional actor. And I'd like to say, who's on top and who's on bottom now?
I know, it's very satisfying. Everyone around the world is talking about that now.
So, you know, we've got a pretty good team of producers here.
Yes.
That drama teacher, would you like to see her? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Because she's transitioned and
you left that part out of the speech, Alan Covey.
Yes. Yeah, isn't that funny? Yes, I think, I mean, I've always thought that was a really terrible thing to say.
Yeah.
And there were other things that this teacher said. I mean, I think it's, you sort of realise sometimes that teachers maybe don't have your best interests at heart, and that should be called out. So I've always sort of thought, one day when I win an award or something, I'll say it, and I thought, oh, don't, Alan. And I thought, you know what, this time I'm gonna.
Well done. You use it as inspiration.
Yes, and also it's about sort of the lessons I learned from it, because, you know, I was 19 years old, I was destroyed, but I actually had to think, you know, I don't believe him. I don't think, I've revealed his gender.
That's okay.
I was trying to keep
we didn't use a name. That's okay.
No, that's true. But it's narrowing it down now. But anyway, I just thought it was actually, it's more about what I learned. I had to sort of learn to trust myself more.
Yeah.
And to be my own man. And that was a really good thing to learn.
Well, I'm glad that teacher was wrong.
Congrats.
Congrats on all the success. Alan Cumming, thanks for stopping by. And again, you will find the new season of The Traitors on Peacock with new episodes every Thursday. Oh, Laura Jarrett.
Oh, so good, Craig. Coming up, are you feeling the winter blues? Well, psychiatrist Dr. Samantha Boardman is here to help us turn that frown upside down. But first, this is Today on NBC.
Good morning, Lemon.
I hate January. It's dark and freezing and everyone's wearing bulky coats. I've been stuck inside playing online Boggle. It's messing with my head. Star, rats, arts, tars.
Oh, we are back with your health and that classic scene from 30 Rock that so many of us can relate to this time of year, feeling a bit of those winter blues. According to one survey, about 40% of Americans say their mood declines during the season. But this morning, we're going to focus on the bright spots. And here to help us is psychiatrist Dr. Samantha Boardman. Dr. Boardman, so nice to see you. Good morning. For those of us that are feeling like Liz Lemon, it's a lot of us this time of year. It's tough. What are the top things we can do to boost our mood?
Well, the sort of three top mood boosters we know of is social connection, getting some sunlight, and also getting some physical activity. But truth be told, sometimes that's the last thing you feel like doing, like in the bleak midwinter. And there's all this stuff that we should be doing. So I'm going to say this very sort of carefully. It's time to stop shoulding on ourselves.
Okay.
So this idea that, you know, yes, it's great to be socializing, but maybe scale it back a little bit. More quality over quantity. Feel free to say no to stuff. Maybe intimate dinners rather than those big social gatherings. And yes, you know, it's great to get sunlight. We know that's really important for resetting our circadian clocks and for feeling strong, and those boost our neurotransmitters. But also maybe earlier, sort of, you could go to bed earlier. That can be helpful too. And also with physical activity, we know that really helps, but you don't have to engage in these vigorous workouts if that's not for you. A new study just came out last week showing that people who engage in sort of mild to moderate activity, they get that essential boost as well.
Yeah, it's almost you sort of reframing all the things that we're told every time of year, right? We go through these, they're familiar to everybody. But your point is sort of like you don't have to take on an extra load and make it yet another thing that people feel like they failed at.
Exactly. Like I think of that song from Adele, like "Take It Easy on Me," right? Like just chill out a little bit, dial it down. And there, you know, you've heard of goblin mode and bed rotting, those viral trends where people sort of dive under the covers and they don't come up for air and they're doom scrolling or watching lots of television. Maybe in small doses, that might not be the worst idea. Maybe you do it with a friend. Maybe you grab a book instead of, you know,
just
watching
scrolling on Instagram all day.
And, you know, I like to think of it instead of goblin mode, I think of it as gopher mode. Like maybe you go down under the covers, but then you pop back up every once in a while. Just put some guardrails around it. And it's just a way to kind of deal with some of that doing constantly, always feeling that need to be productive. Just dial it down a little bit.
If there was like one thing that you would say this time of month that people can do to sort of help themselves, is there like one single thing that you think would stand out?
Connect. Connect, and that could be a social snack. Maybe that's just talking to your neighbor.
Happy hour.
That's talking to, yes, happy hour is good. Or just, you know, just connecting with another human being. We know that these endorphins get boosted. These are your natural mood boosters. When you connect with someone else, you share a laugh, you have a conversation.
Okay, this time of month especially, people have already started quitting those New Year's resolutions, right? Some of them are just gone now. But you say you don't have to think about it. It's just all or nothing.
Absolutely. So, you know, even like last Friday was Quitters Friday. They say it's the second Friday of each month. And by this point of the year, maybe over 80% of our New Year's resolutions has fizzled. But that's okay. There's so much sort of, you know, emphasis on perfection and all this pressure to do the right thing and so much punishment. Take it easy on yourself. Maybe let that New Year's resolution go and maybe have a little more fun with it. We think about the Mary Poppins principle, like maybe a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. Maybe do something fun, like think of something that would add more vigor and vitality and joy to your life rather than punishing yourself.
It sounds like you're talking about like a little treat, just a little something.
Yes.
It doesn't have to be all or nothing.
Absolutely.
So helpful. Dr. Boorman, thank you. Appreciate that. Carson, what you got?
All right, guys, we're getting ready back here. Look at this. This is the action that's taking place in our kitchen. This is the time of the year you might be trying to eat healthier, but you want to do that without sacrificing any of the flavor. We've got the answer. Chef Laura Vitale is here. This is a must-have recipe. In fact, I'd be willing to bet after you watch this, you might make it tonight. But first, this is Today on NBC. And we are back with a special food edition of Shop This List featuring lighter, better-for-you meals for your weeknight menu. Joining us with 2 recipes that'll keep you satisfied without sacrificing any of the flavor is one of our faves, Chef Laura Vitale. You can scan the QR code to shop these recipes, and you can add everything to your cart from Target with just one click. Laura, good to see you this morning.
See you.
Got two different plays on chicken. This first one is Italian, but a little bit different.
Yeah, so we love a chicken piccata. A chicken piccata is a classic, you know, thinly pounded chicken cutlet,
Love it.
Butterflied, shallow fried, delicious lemon sauce. I wanted to amp it up a little bit, make it easier, and make it in a way that kids would love, because kids love a meatball.
Yep.
So I turned it into a chicken piccata meatball
Love that.
you serve over protein pasta, which tastes delicious, amps up the protein, amps up the fiber, and they are so easy to make. They're no more difficult than making a regular meatball.
All right, what do we got?
And all you have in here is ground chicken, breadcrumbs, Parmesan cheese, parsley, a little bit of garlic, lemon
Mix
zest.
this all together?
Yep, salt, and an egg as your binder. Mix it all together. And I find it really nice if you use like an ice cream scoop to form your meatballs. That way they're all the same size, which, you know, helps. You can also make this mixture a little bit in advance, pop it into the fridge for like, you know, a half hour, 20 minutes, half hour while you get the kids sorted with their homework. And then that way they're ready for you to
So
shallow
this is a
fry.
straight chicken meatball. There's no other
That's a straight
protein
chicken
in here.
meatball.
Okay.
And I'm going to just pop this into a high-sided skillet with a little olive oil. And they're not going to cook all the way through. They're going to sear because you want to develop some color on both sides. Give it some time. Don't overcrowd the pan because you don't want to steam them. You want to sear them. And once they look a little something like this, you know you are in business. Now, what I've also done as well is I've sauteed some mushrooms. Anywhere you can add more vegetables in your everyday food, do. You could add mushrooms to this. You could also add, my girlfriend likes to add a bag of frozen green beans that she thaws directly into the sauce because it makes it easier. It's like a one-pan thing. Kids love it. And I love that.
Where are we in the chicken meatball cooking process?
You're letting
Is
them
it cooked
sear
or not?
until they look like this. They're not cooked all the way through
How do you know?
yet.
You're just searing, right?
You're just searing them to develop some color.
Are you going to bake that off, or does it finish
No,
here?
it's going to finish all in here. So we're going to make a really quick sauce for it. So I've got some chicken stock, and I'm going to add a little bit of flour.
20 questions too fast, too rapid?
No, I love
I'm trying to figure it out here.
And a little lemon juice. If you want to whisk that together for me.
Of course.
Now, remember, the mushrooms have already been sauteed, so I don't need to do anything with them right now. But what I do want to add is a little bit of garlic to those beautifully seared meatballs, might I add. You can also take them out if you want.
Pour this into?
Not yet, not yet, not yet.
Not
Get
yet.
ahead of yourself.
Slow down.
Ready when you are.
Come on.
And then you deglaze with a little bit of white wine.
There you go.
And then once you
Oh, that smells so
deglaze
good.
with your white wine, you're going to add your mushrooms back in. Lots of capers. I love capers, so lots of capers. And then you're going to pour in your sauce. Let that bubble together, and it'll thicken in
Now
about
it's that piccata's
15
coming
minutes.
together.
In about 15 minutes, that will come together. It'll thicken. It'll be really delicious, and it perfectly, goes alongside your protein pasta.
What is that? What is protein? Is that different than just a normal spaghetti?
Yeah, it just has like added protein in it,
Okay.
and it doesn't taste any different than regular pasta. So it's a great way
Okay,
to
good
like
to know.
introduce
All right.
that.
Meatballs.
All right, what's our next? What do you guys
Aren't
think
they
of
delicious?
the chicken meatball piccata?
Amazing.
They're really
Not
delicious.
dry,
And if you like
fantastic.
meal prep, then you'll love this recipe. We're doing like a honey sort of spicy chicken bowl, and it's so good. But we're gonna start off with some slaw. Now you can buy a bag of slaw and just do this exact thing with it. I'm just using separate red cabbage and shredded carrots. But to each one, you're gonna add a little rice wine vinegar, a pinch of salt, and a little toasted sesame seed oil. And do this a little bit in advance because as it sits, it kind of starts to wilt and it becomes delicious and just vinegary and gorgeous.
And then I've got. Maybe, Laura, why wouldn't you just mix the carrots and cabbage together?
You can.
Oh, okay.
You can use like a bag of coleslaw if you want to. I just think for presentation purposes, keeping it separate looks nicer. I'm using boneless, skinless chicken breast. You can
Very
use
healthy.
boneless, skinless chicken thighs. You can use
there we go. There we go.
Personally, my preference: salt and pepper both sides, and then a little bit of garlic, granulated garlic on both sides. And make sure you are seasoning well because we don't like bland food. We want good food. Okay. Add that to a really nice hot skillet with some olive oil. There you go. There you go. And once you get that searing, you are going to just whisk together your sauce, which is really easy. A combination of soy, honey, rice vinegar. That's where you're going to get your sweet and tangy and a little sriracha.
Is there a little sweet in that too?
Yeah.
That's
You know,
yummy.
you
That's
mix
good.
everything together, and then what happens is when you pour this into a skillet, once you take your chicken out, because you're going to sear your chicken and cook it all the way through, you pour this sauce into your skillet. I'm going to do it in here, and it'll thicken. And it will glaze your chicken really nicely. Let it simmer a little
no flour
bit.
or anything like that, huh?
You can add a little bit of flour in there, a couple teaspoons if you want, a cornstarch actually, and it'll help thicken. But the honey is also a great thickener. Serve it over some rice with your slaw,
Look at
with
this.
some
Healthy,
avocado.
delicious for the new year.
White rice or
Chef,
brown rice?
you're the best.
Great.
Thank you so much.
Well done,
Going to be back next hour, by the way, to buy these ingredients for the recipes from Target. Scan the QR code or check out today.com/shop this list. We are back after a quick check of your local news and weather. Chef Vitale, thank you.
Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, you can catch the Today Show every morning on NBC or take Today when you're on the go. Just follow the Today podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen.